This DJ will kick the floor in 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome back to Mzansi. We're back. It is that time of the night where we have to talk about what happened in that court.
Yes.
Apparently there's a Zulu in my stoop. Hey, there's a Zulu in my stoop. Hlangana Zulu. And yeah, Gwabi is denying that statement eventually. Like Absalom.
Yes.
He says that's not. It has P. He's only got one name that starts with an S. No P.
SPs in that statement under the part where there's supposed to be his signature. There's different types of signatures. And he said, I only put an S. There's not just an S. There's a lot going on with the signatures. So as
in, to him, it looks allegedly like it was doctored.
Maybe allegedly written over the recess. Gwazban, allegedly.
And then he's like, no way. This is not mine. Hey, okay, this is not mine. I don't know what it is, but it's not mine. It's not mine. Right.
There's a lot of writing happening and going on. It's ongoing. It's still a pending investigation.
Right. So, yeah, we are here. You know what to do. Do what you have to do. We're going to do what we have to do also. Quickly,
Yeah.
Emily, take us through. I have to say that I'm going to the office.
Okay, let me try and be as fast as I possibly can be. Baloy resumed Gwabini's cross-examination today. And Baloy said that at the inception of your evidence, you testified that you had just arrived at Basotong Hostel from your home village when Muzi called you on the 073 number. Gwabini confirmed that he was at home in KZN, not at Basotong Hostel, and that he informed him at that point that he was arrested. He called him in June 2020 and he could not remember the date. Baloy asked him how before you were arrested on the 22nd of June 2020. Well, Gwabini said it was before he was arrested. He said a week passed by, then he came back, I'm assuming back to Johannesburg, and then he was arrested. Baloy asked him, did he tell you what he was arrested for? And Gwabini said that he was trying to explain. Then they snatched his phone away from him. This is with reference to Moses Bia. Moses Bia allegedly had called Gwabini after he was arrested. And Gwabini is explaining there that just as before he could explain exactly why he was arrested to him, he believes that the phone was taken away from him. Remember that accused number 1 was under police custody at the time. So at the time they took his phone, he had not informed him why he was arrested, and he said that he was just told that the police were looking for him. And Baloy asked him, do you know why accused number 2 had to inform you of his arrest? And GININDA said no, he does not. And then Baloy asked him, so it seems accused number 2 also informed Gwabini that he had been arrested. Then Baloy asked him, but it did not occur as strange that he had to inform you of his arrest. Well, Gwabini said it shocked him because they no longer saw each other often at the time. He said the last time that he knew of where he was living, he said it was in Tembisa and he could no longer get a hold of him on the phone. And Baloy asked him, did he inform you as to why the police were looking for you? And Gwabini said that when he was trying to explain, they took the phone from him. So Baloy then asked him, how do you know that they took the phone away from him? And Gwabini said that as he was talking, the phone was switched off. So Baloy asked him, do you remember the cell phone number that you were using during the year 2019 to 2020? And Gwabini said that although he doesn't recall it, but he can tell which numbers it was by the end of the number. He said he had two numbers, an MTN number and a Vodacom number. And Baloyi asked for the one starting with 076, and Gwabi said that it was a Vodacom number that actually ended with 12. And the MTN one ended with 0, it started with 078 and ended with 97. So Baloyi asked him, was there communication between you and accused number 2 during 2019 and 2020? And Gwabi said that the number ending with 5812. Oh, they asked him if there was communication between him and accused number 2 between 2019 and 2020 with the number ending with 5812. Well, Gwabi said that he doesn't recall because he was not a person that he was used to calling often. And he said that we'd call each other over the holiday season when there would be ingoma, traditional song and dance at the home states. So whenever they would return home for the holidays, they would make arrangements concerning ukusha ingoma. So Gwabi confirmed the number 0799858182 as his number, although he said that he didn't remember it well. And Baloyi asked that Colonel Hose testified about the extraction that was made in the phone of accused number 2. He said that this number was in contact with it was contact number 28 on his phone book, and it was saved as Zungu. Right. So Baloyi said that earlier in cross-examination, you did concede that there was a telephonic contact between you and accused number 1, Mr. Sibia. And Gwabi said yes, because he's his brother. Baloyi went through the calls of accused number 1 as testified to by Ms. Pinky Faintilengem. This was a rather tedious process, in my opinion. It was very tiring.
Yeah.
And Baloyi said that the number of accused number 1, which is 0793790137, sent a please call me to the number that belonged to Gwabi on the 1st of September 2019 at 1317, an outgoing call lasting 36 seconds to 0769985812, which is the number that is said to belong to Gwabi. Gwabi said that he did not know anything, and he confirmed that made accused number 2 from time to time, they would have contact with each other telephonically, but he did not know whether this number mentioned did actually belong to Ntanzi or not. And Baloyi said that the number 0793719037 on the 1st of September 2019 at 1347, there was an outgoing call that lasted 25 seconds to Gwabi's number ending with 812. Having said he does not recall the call, Gwabi said that he doesn't recall that phone call. Who would? I mean, it's been 2019. How many years now? Then on the 22nd of October 2019, accused number 2's number 0793790137 at 1436, he said it sent him a please call me on the number 0769985812, and at 1437 and 1655 sent another please call me. So basically Baloyi was going through the cell phone records.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of please call me's, and Gwabi said that he had no comment regarding those please call me's. He was just reading please call me's only that accused number 1 was said to have sent to Gwabi's number.
Yes.
So 22nd of October 2019, he sent another call me, and Baloyi continued reading those please call me's to Gwabi. Then he said on the 12th of November 2019, the same number sent a call me at 9:41, and he said he did not see, he had no comment regarding that. And basically, I did not see the relevance of all of this, and I felt like it's another tedious exercise to waste time.
It was.
And he also said, Baloyi, Absalom Zungu made a statement.
You know what is very painful.
What?
To Baloyi.
What is painful to Baloyi?
It seems like Gwabi is wanting to give him what he wants. All the time.
I know when he feels like he's hit them.
Yeah. Like the line of questioning you'd hear when he tries to pin all of them as people that are known to Gwabi. Gwabi gives him all of them. It's like, yeah, that's my uncle from my mom's side. It's okay.
Yes.
Due to respect, that's how I call that person. And then he continues, Danzi, yeah, that's my friend. He goes to Muzi, yes, that's my brother. However they want to use it. And then he goes to Ntuli, yes, I know Ntuli. And then there's one person now that is left, which is accused number three.
Yes.
And then he comes and says, no, I don't know that one. And then he is going to now start sweating, trying to ask questions about accused number three. Hey, they are close to you. They were close to your uncle.
Your uncle's friends.
And all that.
Do you know your uncle's friends?
It's painful because you know what that says? That means they were never in Gwabi's room. The pictures that have been shown, he denies them.
Yes.
He says that he doesn't know the background. Doesn't know the background. And Zungu came and said the background is the hostel.
Yes.
In Gwabi's house.
Yes.
He comes and says, no, I don't know that. That's definitely not where I stayed. So that is basically killing the case.
But I said that Absalom Zungu made statements on the 17th of November 2019, and this please call me made by accused number 1 to your number is made a day after the statement of Absalom Zungu.
Where is it? What was he trying to link there?
I don't know. He was maybe trying to say that communication was happening with Absalom Zungu, and at the same time as this communication was happening, not even the same time, the following day, Gwabi called, or accused number 1 sent a call me to Gwabi the following day after Absalom Zungu made a statement with the police that Absalom Zungu says he did not make.
Yeah, basically.
It's a mess.
And then you have one judge who believes it's the smartest thing that has ever touched the desk of the judge, who's always trying, for my own understanding. we know what you're doing, man. Get a house. Do it in secret. Oh my God. It's not something that is for our eyes, if you ask me. It's very unfortunate that you find yourself in this position and having to do such a thing for an old man.
It's embarrassing.
It's very embarrassing. I don't think it's even good for your family to watch you doing this.
They shouldn't.
You've got to be kidding to think that we don't see what you're trying to do.
There's something about elitism amongst us as a community. Those who feel that they are way above us, they've got resources, they've got means, and they're better than us, have a way of making it seem like we are all stupid once they've reached the top.
So we should accept what they say.
Because
you see this
we are at the bottom.
Yeah, you see this with the people that are commenting, even in politics these days. The so-called, let me not even go there, but
this classism.
There's this classism that people who have lied to them and told them that if you are educated, you are the smartest thing that ever happened.
Yes.
Can't you know?
And you should just
we have educated
be harsh to people that are like you and are not at the same level as you. Must
so when you
ruthless.
speak, we should stop and listen to you.
Yes.
Nothing should move.
Yes.
You are the only person who can tell the truth. You know better. When you fart, we should all sit in that house and smell your fart, basically.
And
That's
how
how they
dare
feel.
you as a peasant question me? How dare you? How dare, who gave you the authority to question me as poor as you are? It has that vibe, that feeling. I don't know if I'm the only one who censored it, but it is there. You know, it's very loud and it's getting louder. It's getting louder when things don't go according to how they want them to go, in my opinion. So Baloyi then said the evidence of Constable Zungu was that on the 18th of November 2019, en route from the shops in Tembisa, his life was threatened. Constable Zungu, do you remember that scenario he gave? He said it was threatened by Nkazimulo, and he was with a person by the surname of Ntuli. And Gwabi said that he doesn't know anything about that. And Baloyi said that on the 19th of November 2019, the number of accused number 1, which is 0793790137, at 12:12 made a please call me to Gwabini's number of 0769985812, and he asked him if he knew Nkazimulo, also referred to as Nkazi. Well, Gwabini said that the surname, what is the surname of Nkazi? And Baloyi said it's Ntuli, and Gwabini said that he does know him. He's actually his cousin. So now he was trying to connect on the 19th of November that there was a please call me that accused number 1 sent to Gwabini.
Yes.
While on the 18th, which is a day before, on the 18th of November is when it is said that Constable Zungu said that he was en route to a shop in Tembisa, and allegedly this Nkazimulo came for him.
Yet that Nkazimulo is not arrested.
And they are saying accused number 1 waited a day and then sent a call me to Gwabini. That's the connection that the prosecutor was trying to make there.
A very lame one.
I don't know if it landed or...
A very lame one.
I don't know if it landed or...
I mean, even these people, they need to at least play chess. Something.
to stimulate the brain cells. And stop assuming that everybody is stupid. That is very dangerous.
I mean, what is the logic behind this whole thing? You are saying because there was a call back yesterday and today something happened, then there's a link.
With a call me. Please call me. Him sending a please call me to his brother.
It's like they were speaking in codes with those call me.
And the code, what would the code be after the aftermath? That's like 24 hours later. Maybe after the incident that Constable Zungu had said that happened on the same day. A phone call. Something of a phone call.
Or something of a message with
Something
context.
of a message with context. Not a please call me 24 or so hours later. Or was it less than 24 hours? We don't even know when this incident took place that Zungu was talking about. Was it during the day, during the morning, during the afternoon? We don't know.
He said it was a morning, right?
Morning.
He went to buy a cigarette, if I remember, and all that, and he didn't have a...
I don't remember the time being given. I
he
remember
said it
the
was
date.
morning.
So that's 24 hours later, because the following day at noon, accused number 1 sends a call me to his brother, Gwabini.
Something like, yeah, you're right, maybe please call a statement, something to that effect, maybe.
And then what?
I don't know, maybe that would say Babu Zungu is making a statement about that thing that we're fighting about.
Please call me. Such a huge message. Hey, hi My God. Hi, Mano. Well, Baloy said that on the 21st of November 2019 at 11:29, accused number one sent a call me to Gwabini's number. On the 12th of November 2019, the number of accused number one called at 9:26. It also sent a call me to his number. On the 17th of September 2019 at 8:30, he made a call me to Gwabini's number. 1st of September 2019, 2 calls that accused number one made to the number of Gwabini at 13:17 and another one at 13:46. He said the reason why we're coming to that call that accused number one made to you is that accused number one at 17:01 on the 19th of September tried to call Constable Zungu on his number of 0769799924, but there was no response from Constable Zungu. It was a call forward and it lasted 2 seconds. And the call was initiated by Constable Zungu at 17:34. This is the 19th of September. We have moved from the 19th of November 2019 to September 2019. There's no what do they call it? Order. The events sound like they happened the same time or around the same date, but they did not. There's no sequence. The dates are very random. So if you're not paying attention, you'd be thinking this incident that took place with Constable Zungu and the phone call between accused number one, the so-called phone call that happened between accused number one and Constable Zungu happened around the same time, when it did not. It happened in September. And then the incident that Constable Zungu is talking about happened in November, of him allegedly his life being threatened. So you'd think all these things are happening around the same time. They're not. And he said that the call was initiated by Constable Zungu at 17:37. Isn't this interesting? That Constable Zungu was the one initiating calls to accused number one, Moses Bia.
So interesting. I mean, it's been like that. I mean, it's been taking pictures.
He's been
unnoticed.
taking pictures. Today we've noticed that actually that picture, Muzi was not aware that a picture of him was being taken. It was being taken by Constable Zungu.
But even his father did say that he took a picture. He took a picture of is it Mafig?
Muzi. Yes. That's the one the father was talking about. Yes, he could see. He said he made those comments. He said he could see in the picture that he doesn't think that the person in the picture is aware that the picture of them was being taken. He said it, Absalom Zungu. He said he found that picture very odd and suspicious, and he was asking him, why do you have a picture of this person in your phone? And the picture, the way it's being taken, it's like this person was not aware that a picture of them was being taken. Weird stuff. Shady stuff that is happening with Constable Zungu and how he moves. Well, the call was initiated by Constable Zungu at 17:37. Then accused number one returned that call on the 1st of September, 17:43. It was outgoing call to Constable Zungu's number, which lasted 269 seconds. On the 21st of November, there was a please call me at 11:29. You know, and also, Mr. Anonymous, did you notice how similar things that Ramosipili and Mnisi were reprimanded for doing, like when Mnisi was leading the witness, and you find that he's leading to Ramosipili, when those things are happening between Advocate Baloyi and
it's okay.
Sibanda,
it's okay.
It's not a big deal.
They're given time. No one talks.
Is happening.
It's quiet. The court is quiet.
You know, and also, you know, the time remarks were made that Mnisi and Ramosipili were disrespecting the judge, you know, by doing that without asking for permission. He said that Mnisi needed to ask him for permission before leaning to Ramosipili to hear or to take whatever notes he needed to take from Ramosipili.
Double standard.
But with Advocate Baloyi, He's not asking that Advocate Baloyi asks him before leaning to Sibanda to talk or whisper or hasha or whatever that's going on there. He doesn't, all of a sudden it does not a requirement. We are noting such things as the court of public opinion. We see them. We are highlighting them to those who feel that we are wrong for having such opinions about the judge. We need to constantly remind and highlight such things. So I noticed that. So on the 17th of September 2019, 8:30, he sent a please call me to Gwabini's number. And on the 25th of April 2020, accused number 1, his number at 1903 sent a call me to Gwabini's number. He continued to read all those please call me's that were sent to Gwabini in 2020, and of course I could not include them all, guys. I did not get the point. Where are we going? Such questions that I was waiting upon the honorable judge to ask. Mr. Baloyi, where are we going? We are not getting any of that. No.
Baloyi is always right.
We're just moving with the wind. Wherever the wind is taking us for the day with Mr. Baloyi, we are going. He's not questioning him. He's not asking him, where are we going? But with the defense, you expect a lot of that being asked whenever they are leading the witness or cross-examining state witnesses. It's a norm. So Gwabini said that accused number 4, Mr. Mapisa, is his uncle, and he said that he had no communication with him on 2019. 14th of September 2019, 1909, the number belonging to accused number 4 sent a please call me to Gwabini's number. And again, on the 3rd of September 2018, at 20:01, it sent a please call me to Gwabini's number. Baloyi asked if he regarded accused number 2 as a friend. Gwabini said that he's an acquaintance, a friend. And Baloyi asked him again that on the 13th of June 2018, accused number 2 sent a call me to Gwabini's number. So after the short adjournment, Baloyi referred Gwabini to the record of the 11th of June 2025 during the cross-examination of Warrant Officer Ndlovu by accused number 2's counsel, or accused number 1's legal counsel, where accused number 1 said he knows accused number 2 through his younger brother. Accused number 2 was accused number 1's brother's friend, and this brother is Gwabini. So this preposition was made in context of the calls between accused number 1 and 2. So accused number 1 said that Gwabini would request his phone to make calls and to take photos and to send SMSs and stuff. Because in his testimony, accused number 1 had made that preposition that his phone was often used by his brother. They would exchange phones. So that picture of him that Constable Zungu had access to, he didn't know, of course, that Constable Zungu is the one actually who took the picture. So he said that maybe the picture was taken by Gwabini, his brother, because he often would use his phone, to tell that he didn't even know where that picture was taken. I mean, he had said that it was in front of their uncle's house. Gwabini today just shared that no, actually that's not in front of or outside their uncle's house at all. It seems Gwabini recollects the exact moment that that picture was taken, because he was at the angle that it was taken. He was with Constable Zungu when he was taking that picture. So accused number 1 said that Gwabini would request his phone to make calls and to take photos and to send SMSs. So a preposition was made by accused number 1's counsel that accused number 1 only knows accused number 2 through Gwabini, and that accused number 1 did not communicate with accused number 2. In other words, Baloyi said that accused number 1's explanation for the calls that shows communication between his number and accused number 2's number was that he did not make those calls, and that you probably are the one who made those calls. While Baloyi said that on the 20th of October 2018 to the 5th of April 2020, there are 10 outgoing calls from the number of accused number 1 to accused number 2, and I kept asking myself, but what has this got to do with Gwabini? I don't know. Let us go with the flow. What is going on? Mnisi then said that supposition was made in the context of the photos that were found in accused number one's phone, which he said he could not have taken those photos. But Mr. Gwabini would request his phone and take those photos. It was not made in the context of calls being made. It was in relation to the photos that were found in accused number one's phone. So Advocate Baloyi has this thing. I've been talking about it. It's been many years of observing you guys. He has this thing of confusing things. If you are not careful, he will confuse you. I feel like that's how he's been rolling his entire career. He has this way of not being direct. Right now, he's creating the impression that he's talking about photos when he gave evidence on phone calls. So when he's asking a question now, it sounds like he's asking about the photos in reference to the phone calls when that are not even linked to each other. So that's the objection that Advocate Mnisi was raising there, you know. Because a lot of that was happening yesterday. I even remember bringing it up that I feel like sometimes they should just object just to assist Gwabini get context of what he's being asked. You know? So I was happy today when that was happening because these questions. But they said that they will try and look for the relevant portion and they will try to trawl through the record quickly and they will come back to the suspect. He left it. He said, you've mentioned that accused number 2 is your brother and your mother are sisters. And accused number 2, you regard him as your friend. Ngazi Mulontuli is your cousin, your uncle's child. And he asked, do you know Scelontuli? And Gwabini said he knows him. He lives in Tembisa. And Baloyi asked him, is it correct that he is also your uncle? And Gwabini said he is his uncle. Baloyi asked Gwabini if he is able to identify a person in the photos wearing a red t-shirt and jeans. And Gwabini said it was Muzi, accused number 1. And Baloyi said he says this photo was taken outside the house of Mr. Scelontuli in Tembisa, who you say is your uncle. And Gwabini said no, this picture is actually not taken at their uncle's house. And Baloyi asked him, where was it taken? Gwabini said that I'm not familiar with places in Tembisa, but it's not uncle's place. On this day, he said he was there when this picture was taken. Constable Zungu is the one who took this photo. Muzi was not aware of when this picture of him was being taken. And he says he thinks he was coming from somewhere and this was actually his uncle's car in the background, in the picture, Scelontuli's car. And Gwabini said he does not recall what year the picture was taken, but he was with Constable Zungu Ehlanzini when then they called Muzi, right? And he said that on that day, Gwabini said he was with Zwani and Danku and Kule. He said they called Muzi and asked him where he was. And Muzi informed them that he was where he was. He told them where he was. But he says that he was not familiar with Tembisa. But Constable Zungu said he knew the direction or the place that Muzi was directing them to, or where the place was where he's saying he was at. So, if this is true, ne? Mm-hmm. You know, if this is true, does it mean that Constable Zungu was taking pictures of Muzi without asking for his permission, or at least making him aware that, hey, I'm taking your picture? He wasn't made aware. Yes. Because it's quite strange, because Muzi, when he describes the picture, he's saying that looks like their uncle's house. He sees their uncle's car. You can tell that it was a norm for him to go visit his uncle's place, right? Mm-hmm. But then his brother now comes in and says, but we were not at our uncle's place on this day. He actually describes a day that Muzi himself, accused number 1, has described of the first time he saw Constable Zungu. Yes. On that very first time, accused number 1 was not made aware that, hey, I'm taking a picture of you.
Because who takes a picture when they meet someone for
the first time? They don't
Takes
know this
pictures.
person. Yena, he's already ready with the camera taking pictures. So, Bale then asked him, are you able to explain how this photo ended up in the phone of accused number 2? Well, Gwabi said he didn't know how that happened and he doesn't want to lie. Baloyi said, did you send it to the phone of accused number 1? And Gwabi said, I wouldn't lie. If I needed to use accused number 1's phone, I would use it. And the same with him if he wanted to use his. So Advocate Baloyi here was trying to take away that the possibility of the picture being taken with Constable Zungu's phone.
Now,
as far as
here's
he has
the question:
made it.
How does that picture then reach the phone of
Constable
accused
number 2?
number 1, number 2? How does that picture eventually get there after Gwabi took it?
And that picture, it wasn't found on accused number 1's phone. It was found on downloaded from accused number 2's phone. And they asked even accused number 1, how does accused number 2 have your picture in their phone? And that's when he started thinking, oh, Gwabini and accused number 2 are friends. Maybe.
Hey, they are wicked to the core. I'm not gonna say who, but these people, they are so wicked.
They're ruthless.
They are ruthless. You know, ruthless bastards.
They're ruthless. They have no pity.
Then you say,
No mercy.
it's fine. I'm not gonna say more but yeah, these people are ruthless.
Well, Baloyi said that the next relationship that you testified was about or was between you and Mr. Ntuli. You said that he's your uncle, and Gwabini said he's my cousin. And Baloyi then said, Mr. Mabungu Ntuli, do you know him? And Gwabini said, yes, he's my uncle, last born from my mother's side. And Baloyi asked him, Buhle Spiva Ntuli, do you know him? And Gwabini said he's also his uncle. Accused number 3, Baloyi asked Mr. Mncube, do you know him? And Gwabini said, no, he doesn't know him. Baloyi said it was put on record that accused number 3 is friends with your uncles, Mr. Mabungu Ntuli. And accused number 4, how come don't you know accused number 3? Well, Nisi objected to this question.
This was when he was sweating
profusely.
Again, it's like the picture. So you know what? I was observing that today. With the picture, you know, when he said, that's not uncle's house, it was like, oh, why did you need to say that? Because now Moses sounds like Moses is a liar. But when he explained how the picture was taken, then you get to realize and you ask a very important question. How then, because Zungu takes the picture, the Zungu, the one who created all this mess, how does it reach accused number 2?
It's phone.
That's when now you start forgetting about whether it was taken in uncle's house or what. He's actually giving something even better, because to ponder on, if you are a fair judge, by the way, as to how then does a person take a picture with his phone, and this is a person who orchestrated the whole thing, the person who's now a center stage of this case. How?
Remember also how the metadata in this court case does not show the device that took the picture.
Exactly, conveniently, because if you transfer something to one, taking it from a USB,
it erases.
and it obviously loses the originator.
Do you guys remember that whole, digesting and analyzing that was going on?
So that's when you...
Now we're seeing why it doesn't show the original.
That's when you realize how ruthless
Device.
other people are.
Now
Among those people
it's
who are in
making
court,
sense.
there are people who are really ruthless. They will nail you.
And then they don't care
And
about
you will not even know what hit you. You know, the problem with this case, it was too big. You know, when they have to collect everything, bring them together, they are not adding up. there are many loopholes. That's a problem. But the smaller nyana case, where you are said to be the one who pulled the trigger, stuff like that, you'd go down. But this case has opened a lot of holes. Like, for example, this guy is arrested for a gun.
Yes.
You know, he's arrested for a gun.
Yes.
He goes there, he writes a statement
About Senzo's
Senzo's case. The same way this has been happening about Bomuze and everyone else. A normal judge
by now,
would be asking all these questions.
By
all
now,
these people.
He would have said no.
And what a killer for me out of all these things, at least Moses' case was enrolled of the thinking, of the bullets
of
and
the ammunition and the illegal substances.
However, unfortunately, it probably didn't have a good lawyer. Accused number 2 also enrolled but failed. Because they find something. There is a pattern on how these people are getting arrested. This guy, Gwabi, they found a gun.
Yes.
The case is not enrolled.
It's not enrolled. It's just sitting there.
There is no gun. That gun is not there.
Database of SAPS.
And the common thing is that these people are taken for this and they're questioned for another thing.
Yes.
You know, that's when you start looking at these people with the side eyes. That's where, in my opinion, pattern of stupidity was just being created, you know. And from there on, you cannot convince me otherwise that you were able to. How do you arrest someone with a gun and you don't enroll that case?
I don't know how that happens.
And you know what? It sounds like they were trying to say, what is this thing? When the witness is exonerated, what is it called? As what?
Exonerated how?
From the crimes that he did. For being a witness. Yes. What is it called? They paid the document for that.
I forgot the name. Identification of something.
No, it's not identification. It's S something with a phone number. Is it 4 something?
Section 204.
Section 204, yes. It sounds to me they wanted to say they did not enroll that case because of Section 204. But now the problem is that they are incriminating Gwabi with regards to Senzo's case by being an accomplice.
Yes.
So they are now a force to say, we exonerated you for this. They cannot exonerate Gwabi for 2 cases. The reason why they didn't enroll, yes, the reason why they needed to explain that gap. Unfortunately, it's not adding up. But if you listen to how Baloyi has been asking, why was that case not enrolled? Why was that case not enrolled? It sounds to me like they wanted to say the Section 204 did a number there also. That's why your case was not enrolled.
I remember with Ntanzi, there were similar talks, and the defense wanted to bring it up, and they were told that they cannot. Who still remembers that? They were told that they can't talk about Section 204 and the deal that Ntanzi allegedly had made with the state, or was going to make with the state. But now, when it comes to Gwabi, Balo is dancing with it.
Yes, it's a mess.
I don't know how that works.
It's a mess. It does not get a position. You know, whatever they are trying, it does not stick. You understand? Like, they are trying by all means to have Zungu be this person who's exonerated. But how do you say you're exonerated for Senzo and then you're also exonerated for the crime of having an unlicensed firearm. God knows what the other cases that gun has, because that gun now is going to have to be revealed as to what cases does it have and all those things. And unfortunately cannot have that situation. I'm sure even that gun is not there no more. So
you think it's not there?
I doubt it's there. Done.
Yeah, if it was there, they definitely, in my opinion, would have wanted to use it to get Gwabini to play ball. In my opinion,
they are not going to arrest Gwabini. They don't have solid evidence against Gwabini. They are not. The issue of a gun, it did not stick because they didn't enroll.
Yes.
So what are they going to arrest him for? They're going to need to close a lot of loopholes to arrest him. Now, at this point in time, they cannot. They cannot also arrest him with the case of Senzo. Not because he was a Section 204, but because there's no evidence that says Gwabini actually was part of that thing.
Yes.
Because Gwabini himself is dismantling that meeting that ever happened in that house. So now you cannot have one witness that is also taking people's pictures and you say that's a witness that you should rely on to arrest all these people. You know, Absalom Zoom has came and dismantled all this thing. So they don't have anyone else now. They only have one person, and that person is Zoom.
Yes, Constable Zoom.
That's the only person now that they need to rely on. And unfortunately, that's not how it should work. So they can threaten him, talk as if they are going to arrest him. There's no way they are going to arrest him.
Well, Mnisi objected and said that's an unfair question. He has said that he does not know accused number 3 at all. It's very unfair to ask him how come he does not know his uncle's friends. That is a very unfair question. You know, your uncle could be having 100 friends. You definitely not know all of them. But he rephrased the question and he asked it by saying, you say that you don't know accused number 3, notwithstanding that he is friends with your uncle, Mabungu Ntuli and Mapisa. And Gwabini said, I don't know my uncle's friends. They are way older than me. Baloyi showed him a picture that was taken 26th of October 2014 during a travel in a Kumbi to Spruit, Lesedi and George Koch. He asked if he was able to identify the persons in the photo, and Gwabini identified his uncle's Piva, Mabungu, Mthokoziseni Mapisa, and the rest of the 2 people. He said he did not know them. Baloyi said that the person has been identified as accused number 3, and Gwabini said he did not know him. And Baloyi then said he is with 3 of your uncles, but you maintain that you don't know him. Gwabini said he doesn't know him. Baloyi asked him to identify other people in another picture, and Gwabini said that he does not know them. Baloyi said he's been identified as accused number 5, and you said he's your cousin. Gwabini said, I know my cousin, but I don't know that person. And Baloyi said, are you able to identify the background where the photo was taken? And Gwabini said he doesn't know the background.
Another blow. Because the collaboration that would be expected is, yes, that's
Basutung Hostel background.
Hey, that's Basutung Hostel.
Do you remember Msholola saying that's George Koch?
Yes, I remember.
And the judge was like, how can you know that? How do you know that? Maybe an inspection in local should be.
No, there's no need for that.
Okay, no need for
I mean, no need for. Even I hear someone saying that they should ask for a docket of that gun position of unlicensed firearm.
No need.
There's no need. What business do you have there?
There's no need.
They did their number there. It's an own goal. Anything further than that you would be wanting is you asking for corrections. Remember, you don't ask for things that is going to create corrections. They are capable of correcting themselves. They are very capable. Yes. Anything that can be written down,
yeah,
it can be manufactured, in my opinion.
abadlali.
OB entries and whatnot can mushroom
Bayabhala
somewhere.
abantu.
So
Abantu bayabhala.
just don't ask for what you don't want.
It's just going to stretch this case even further and further and further, as we are seeing with the so-called Gwabini statement now that has different kinds of signatures. Yabo. So, don't ask for stuff. We have learned. Maybe some people are listening to us and maybe you joined us recently, in the last months of 2025. We have learned not to ask for things.
No.
It can bite you.
You ask for something, you open a can of worms. Next thing, something just aligns for some weird
There's
reason.
no need, don't ask for it.
And then the judge say, yeah, you asked for it.
The firearm case has nothing to do with Senzo's case.
Nothing. It just leaves
Just leave
a
it
question
alone.
mark. And in your argument, you should use that
Otherwise,
as a
this
question
case
mark.
is going to take 50 years if we
Because
keep asking for
next thing, they give it to you, you'll be crying tears.
Yes.
On goals. I'm on goals
Pain.
of Nagat.
Do you know the pain of Dr. Sibanda going through a cross-examination? I would rather not deal with that. No. Cell phone records for 7 days. No. I'm good. Baloyi then asked, are you able to identify the background where the photo was taken? And Gwabini said, no, I don't. Gwabini identified Mabungu Ntuli on another picture in a red t-shirt, and he did not know the person that was with him. And Gwabini identified a man in glasses in another picture as Muzi. Regarding that, Gwabini might have been the one who sent the picture to the phone of accused number 2 from accused number 1's phone. Gwabini said he wouldn't know. When it comes to exchanging phones with Muzi, he would ask, and he would also communicate with Mafika, who's accused number 2, telephonically. Baloyi went back to the cell register of Primrose Police Station, which showed that he was detained on the 23rd of June 2020 until the 25th of June 2020 when he went to the Foslorus court. And there was a time Sergeant Mokhani took him out of the cells to an office where Brigadier GININDA and Sergeant Mohola were. Baloyi asked, what was the purpose of you being taken to Brigadier GININDA's office and Sergeant Mohola? And Gwabini said that he doesn't know because they told him that he was going to write a statement. He said, I asked how was I going to write a statement, and they explained to him that Muzi had written a statement, and then he said he told them to transfer whatever Muzi had said about him to another paper and he would sign it. Gwabini said he would not be able to describe the room. It's just a room. And they told him that they were after, they told him that who they were. This is after Advocate Baloyi asked if they introduced themselves to him. He did not confirm the introducing part, which means, according to him, they did not introduce themselves. They just told him who they were. So Gwabini said that they never explained his rights to him. And there is a document that they gave him that Gwabini said he never read and he did not know what it meant. It was a single page and he never took note of what was written in that page. He just folded it and placed it over there. Baloyi asked him, are you disputing your own evidence that Brigadier GININDA explained to you that as an arrested person you have rights? Well, Gwabini said he never told me that I have rights. He just gave me a paper. And Baloyi asked, are you deviating from your own evidence in chief? Well, Gwabini said, what did I say in my evidence in chief? Well, Baloyi said that they explained to you that as an arrested person, you have rights. Maybe I have amnesia of some sort. I need to go back and revisit this part because I don't remember any of this happening where Gwabini said that they explained to him that he has rights. Do you recall that part of evidence?
No.
Well, then Gwabini said they gave me a document, and Baloyi said, did he explain your constitutional rights to you? And Gwabini said no. And then Baloyi went on to the custody register from Primrose Police Station and he said that the heading there was a heading called Constitutional Rights, Notice R8176-427, indicating, he says this R8176 6427 is indicating that the document that was handed to him, was his constitutional rights, according to the information he was reading. This is an OB. This is a register book. And he's saying this number is an indication that the document that was given to Gwabi had his constitutional rights.
What is important is that he was never read his rights. And in that court, he needs an interpreter.
Yes. And there was not an interpreter while he was being asked questions. So,
and what we also have found out is that GININDA is not a good
Zulu fluent
speaker.
Zulu speaker. Well, Mnisi objected, and he said that the state is specifically asking about Mr. Gwabini's interaction with Brigadier GININDA on the 24th. The piece of the register that the state is referring to relates to the date of the 23rd of June 2020, a date where he went to meet with Mr. GININDA. It is therefore unfair for the state to impute to this witness that on the 23rd there was a document that was given, and that would mean that it was done on the 24th by Mr. GININDA. He said that I actually don't know what the state is trying to do on this. Baloyi said he will rephrase, and he said that it indicates that a notice of constitutional rights appears before his name, indicating that it was issued to him. And he can mark it, and he said that he can mark it, he issued it, but it does not mean that he read him his rights or even explained them to him. That's not what it means per se. He did not say that, but it's just me thinking. It does not mean that he read him the rights. He can give him the paper. He can mark that he gave him the paper, but did he read him the rights? That's not what it means. So Gwabini then said, I received the document, but my rights were never read to me. And Baloyi said, who gave you that document? Gwabini said he found it at the office where there was Mamfundisi and GININDA. Baloyi took him to the record of the 23rd of November 2025 when he was giving his evidence in chief, when he was led by Advocate Messi. Referring to your interaction with Brigadier GININDA and Sergeant Mohola, he read the part where he said they informed me that as an arrested person, I have got rights. They then gave me a document to read, which I never read. I just put it there. GININDA was the one doing the talking. I still have to revisit this, guys, and the record, because now I'm not sure. Nisi asked, he spoke about the rights, then he gave you a paper, and then what happened? The judge now said that Nisi was interposing the discussion. He says GININDA gave him the rights and the paper to read, so he expects Gwabini to say what happened thereafter. Gwabini said that he never read the paper, he just put it over there. Baloyi then said, you said you never explained, he never explained to you that as an arrested person you have rights. Baloyi said that he was basically contradicting his own evidence. But Gwabini insisted that his rights were never read to him. Baloyi said there were provisions of Section 204. Yes, Mr. Anonymous, the one you were talking about. Indemnification of an accomplice. He said that it protects accomplices who might have known about the commission of the offense or implicated themselves. It's basically, in layman's term, a snitching contract. When you're going to snitch on your accomplices.
Yes.
That you committed a crime with. Yes. He said it was explained to you. Gwabini said he does not even know it. He doesn't know that document. He doesn't know about it. Well, Baloyi said that he testified in court that he is in fact Zulu or Brigadier GININDA, when the issue of him now came up as to what language he was using to ask him questions. Well, Gwabini said that in court, but he never spoke to him in isiZulu. He said that when he got to him in Primrose, he never spoke to him in isiZulu. He says he never spoke proper isiZulu. And Baloyi said, in which language did he communicate with you? And Gwabini put it like this: he tried to speak in isiZulu. He tried. And Baloy said, are you saying a person who is Zulu speaking, GININDA, is a Zulu surname? Are you saying that he could not speak isiZulu? GININDA is now a Zulu surname. Shololo objected and said there's no evidence that has been led to the surname of GININDA being categorized in terms of race. I think she wanted to say ethnicity, in terms of ethnicity. Well, the judge said, what is the evidence? There is no allocation about the nationality of GININDA. Well, Mshololo said yes, but then the judge said, is he a South African? Was he born in South Africa? Did he attend a school in South Africa? Well, Mshololo said that evidence was not led. African? Hey, you know, these days, you never know. Hey, Shubile, these days, hi. You never Well, the judge said, is he a South African? Was he born there? Well, the judge said that he's the one now reminding the people in the court of the evidence that Brigadier GININDA gave about him going to Mofolo, a high school in Mofolo. Did he give the name of the high school?
Yeah, I think so.
He gave the name of the high school in Mofolo, and Mshololo said the issue is not about the school. And then the judge said Mr. Baloy is trying to establish how they communicated. Maybe they spoke in Chinese. I don't know. Well, Mshololo said my objection is only on the nationality of the surname, only as the surname belongs to Zulu. We don't have GININDA in Zulu. GININDA is not a Zulu surname. Oh my God.
And that's true.
You know, this has been a bubbling topic.
That is very much true. We don't have that. Where?
I have been wondering about the surname for so
long. So why is it important for us not to be diluted?
Yeah.
Very important, because once we are diluted, then such things can come. Can you imagine GININDA is Zulu? Where? Which part of KZN?
GININDA. I tried to look up for the surname. I'm like, Zulu. GININDA. I know GININDA. I've heard about people in the comments saying that it's Swati in Eswatini. Konisbong GININDA. With a Z. GININDA, no.
We know our surnames, man, KZN. If you figure nice name yako, we know what I when you figure nice name yako.
And it's okay.
You know, take for example, a classical example is Upanda.
Yes, Banda.
Uno Panda Olapa in Gwanongoma, known for Zulu stick and all that.
Yes.
But when he explained his history, he did say, I'm from Mozambique. My father comes from Mozambique. He migrated here. And then I grew up here. As I grew up here, then low we classify that person as Ibaca. Yes.
I've always wondered what Ibaca means. Oh, now I understand.
You migrated from your origin.
Yes.
And you came to our place.
And you lived with the Zulu
and we lived
people.
with us. Yes. So now there is a surname called Banda.
But that's not how he described it. At least Banda described, you know, his lineage and whatnot. Oh, GININDA utena Zulu Paka.
No, you don't get to be Zulu just because your mother is Zulu.
My mother is Zulu.
No, you don't get to be Zulu just because your mother is Zulu. No way.
The judge asked Baloy, are you going to pursue that?
That's an issue that we are facing now.
Well, Baloy
that's
said,
an issue we're facing. Someone comes, give birth, they date a man from, say, from Congo, and a man gives birth to a baby. Now we have some group that are calling themselves South, but what is it?
South
Nigeria. No. Your father comes from Nigeria. You are a Nigerian.
Finish.
Simple as that.
Yes.
Simple as that. Because my mother's surname is not my surname. My surname is father's surname.
Yes.
And I'm classified as that.
Yes. And
Simple
the
as that.
culture mainly that you will practice will be your father.
Exactly.
Unless if
So there's no South
you really don't know who your father is.
Southeast Gerian and all that. No. Simple. Straightforward. Now people are confused in court. They are calling themselves Zulus just because the mother maybe is Zulu. No. We don't have that. And you see what it's doing in that court now.
It's okay to admit when you don't know Zulu. We don't know Zulu. We need an interpreter, okay? It's okay. It's okay to admit if we are not Zulu. Unlike saying you are Zulu just because you want to make it seem like you were able to explain their rights, to take down a statement, comprehend what they told you while they were making the confessions. But isn't that in njalo nje? Or the statement while they were giving you the statement, just to make up for that you understood what they were saying. And I found it very suspicious at the beginning, but then we had to let it go because he's from Mufolo. He went to Mufolo High School and his mother is Zulu. Remember how the judge was emphasizing on that? Oh yeah.
I could even a judge.
My mother is also Zulu.
Hey, is he Zulu himself? Urata is he Zulu?
No.
Because his mother is Zulu.
No.
Is he Zulu now?
No.
Exactly. The very same reason why he's not Zulu is exactly that reason why GININDA cannot be Zulu.
Well, Baloy said that they were not going to debate that aspect. The fact of the matter is Brigadier GININDA testified that he attended school in Soweto.
That's the
and
thing.
The judge said that he's a brigadier and he
We
testified
don't care about that.
That he worked all of his life in Gauteng.
We don't care about that.
The point is that Gwabini is saying GININDA tried to communicate with him, but he doesn't tell us how he tried. Maybe he should tell us how he tried. And Baloy repeated this question to Gwabini, and Gwabini said that some of the words in Zulu he would not put them clearly. Like when I said Muzi is my brother, he asked me how. I then said he's born of my mother's sister. I would say he is my mother's child, That's me in English. Umtagamam.
Hey.
And he would then ask me.
And there's no confusion. Umtagamam. It gets too close. Once your mother's sister, you hardly use Mtagamame.
Mm-hmm. You are using Mtagamame to explain.
No. I found that we have used Mtagamame a lot if the surnames are similar.
Yes.
But if the mothers are coming from the same womb of your grandmother, then normally we say Boti Sisi. But let's say there is maybe a mchunu, a different mchunu coming from Sing, and the other one comes from Unongom. And their mothers are mchunus. They would use more umtagamame than brother.
Okay.
But still, brother is fitting also. Yabo, Booty, in that sense. But umtagamame, it's like a distant sister
of your mother.
That probably you need to sit down and look at history where the fathers, where did they get separated? Maybe it was one family, which is normally the case, and then eventually it grew bigger, and then eventually they scattered, they went wherever so when those kids are meeting, then we use umtagamame a lot.
I've heard it being used.
But Ntagamame literally means oh mama ba elamana or oh mama ba puma, they are from the same father.
So as a Zulu person, you would not need to be explained
what is
Mauti Mtagamame, what do you mean?
No.
That as a Zulu person, as me I would want to know, because
as I'm
not
explaining
Zulu.
like
You understand? That's why I'm listening to Mr. Anonymous explain, because I don't understand.
My mother's sister at home, I refer to my to those who are at the same house as me, as my sisters. They are my sisters. You know, today I met my sister. Coming from my thinking.
Yes.
What in English you call an aunt.
Yes.
Yeah. But as I meet someone who's got a similar surname as my mother, their mother has got a similar surname as my mother. I use mtakamama a lot. Hey, mtakamama. Uyaphila mtakamama. That's how it is. But sometimes in ngasho futhi ukuthi hey bhuti uyaphila. You know, just that once you distant nyana, then I use mtakamama to differentiate ukuthi kahle kahle endlini eyodwa from one thinking family. Yes, we are siblings, proper siblings, but distant. So mtakamama. But still, I observe the same protocol of not being able to date from that family. It's the same thing. The treatment is still the same. We don't date.
They're like siblings.
If my mother is Mchunu and I meet a person whose mother is Mchunu, even if I don't know, I don't date them. I can never date them. They are siblings. They are my siblings. In Zulu, that's how we do things.
Well, that person does not know isiZulu, according to Gwabini. And then Baloi asked him, but what's wrong
And
with
that's
that?
true. That's, as I explained, you see how a bit complicated. It's one thing, but
It's
we
not
use it in
complicated.
different contexts.
It's not complicated. I feel like in my experience, I would want to know, what do you mean, umtakamami? But for a person who is Zulu, once umuntu
Mtakamami, you don't ask a question.
ubhutwami, and then you ask further to say ubhutwakho kanjani, umtakamami, you don't need to continue asking, what do you mean if you are Zulu?
Umtakamami, umntwana kamama.
You already know that as a Zulu person. There's no need for you to ask further, what do you mean? Maybe he would have asked for clarity to say, oh, so your mothers are related. And then it would end at that.
You don't
as
even,
confirmation.
You don't even need to ask that question. Your mothers are related.
Your mothers are related.
Your mothers are related. It's even wrong because they're his mothers. They are obviously related.
You know, that's what I'm trying to put the picture or a point across, that there would be no need.
Others even say ganina.
Ganina.
Hey, ganina.
Yeah. So there would be no need for him to want to know what that means if he was actually Zulu, you know. And that's where the
and that's
glitch
true. That's
is.
now we're getting deeper. I get the more we get deeper, that's where we start seeing, go to, aha, this one. Which one is this one now?
Yeah, that's how Zulu people catch you out. That they can hear you. Do you know how you speak?
I've seen many people. I've seen many people.
They can hear you. I'm telling you, there's no fabricating Zulu in South Africa.
You can get away with Zulus who were born in Joburg.
Yes,
but
in case
with us, I call her. Tina, we can even tell which this one is coming from Sing. Is a Zulu from Sing. We can tell
by how they speak.
Hey. From my side, for example, Sengyaham.
Okay.
The other side Sengham. There are things that they shortcut, like those who would understand. Do you remember Umchengsen and Umkumen? Umkumen is from this other side, and then Umchengsen Ungale. The language is still Zulu, but we pronounce things. Some people coming from saying they shortcut some of the things, though they even prolong it. Then oh, this person comes from I'm seeing up there. You can tell with their languages, and our language also is totally different. So Zululand side, you can tell when people speak. So awukwazi ukungishaya uphuma ngaphandle. Khohlwa-ke lapho khohlwa. Yabo. Ngoba zivele ibambane eli ibambane la ko la nona. Yabona vele isaqala nje yathi nje lana hayi phumile esibolweni.
Well, Baloy asked, but what's wrong with that? He sees nothing wrong with that.
Exactly. Because you're not
to
Zulu,
show that
Baloy.
he's not Zulu.
You're not Zulu. Exactly. You're not Zulu. You not understand what he's trying to explain. He was trying to. It's like someone. Baloy Gimtsonga, ne?
Yes.
Yes.
Baloy is.
If I was trying, if I happened to be that fluent in Tsonga, but somewhere somehow they would be able to catch me.
Yes,
wow.
They will catch you definitely. And there's even a difference between the Tsonga from Mozambique and the one that is spoken in South Africa.
Mozambique is Tsonga.
Shangane. Exactly, there's a difference.
So there's a difference. They but they catch each other.
Yes.
Now to the ones that ran away from us, we can catch them. Lana agula.
Yes.
Aguna lutho. Agula. Hayi vele usishayile lapho. Once wahlule ukujika khona sengiyazi uthi mzilikazi ke lo.
Well, then Baloy said, what's wrong with that? He said, is the accused number one your mother's child? Are you siblings? And Gwabi said, yes, he's my brother. Our mothers are sisters. He's my mother's child.
Confusing, ne? Very confusing thing. Even the judge made a joke about it. Confused also. Nah, urat.
But I said, what's wrong? If someone asks you if he is your brother, just clarify that, And the point here, in my opinion, is that as a Zulu speaking person, that's not even a question that comes
you should
to
be
mind.
Asking.
You would have understood what he meant
Once what
to ask.
Oh, these ones mothers are sisters.
These
ones mothers are sisters. Hey Puti, okay, can I have clarity? Uputi ngani ngobaba noma uputi ngokulamana komama?
Well, Gwabini said that there is not a problem. It's just that he does not speak isiZulu properly. Uthe agasibeki isiqonde.
Asiqondi vele.
No.
Siyatsheka. Thanda ungathandi sisotsheka. Singahlala la endlini kuphele nje 2 minutes so bese sitshekile.
Which would explain why all of his testimony, it's in English. As a Zulu man,
you probably would have.
What kind of a Zulu man wants to speak with George the whole day in court for 3 weeks?
Awushaya nje uzoshona ilanga. Lishona ilanga phela 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. Awushaya nje. Awukhohlwa. Ngafa. Engazifanga ngisho elodwa isentence leZulu. Noma nje igama elodwa.
Noma igama elodwa nje. For 3 weeks, he went on and on.
Like I went to fetch.
Effectively. Subsequently.
Lishone.
Umzulu phaqa.
Nangu umkhwanasi.
Yes, every now and again he drops Zulu.
Exactly. It's not your language, Mos. English is not your language. Hey. So George nje the whole day. Hayi. Uzuqhume ngo subsequently ama sentence. Hey. It's not make sure.
And the judge now said that he listened to the evidence.
And you grew up in township. Okay.
And you grew up in a township.
Even if you
did grow up in a township, the whole day of testifying, some vernac would have been
even some
there.
Some,
a little bit of vernac there.
I mean, what you are trying to say, everywhere,
like,
everywhere there is a lingua thing. Like for example, you come such Joburg is Afrikaans most of the time.
Yes.
KZN English. So Titaria KZN English. because
Okay.
we were colonized by English
The
speaking
British.
British. Yes. Pitori maboneng, Pitori, Mahlanyeng, Gigi Afrikaans,
Yes.
de braaf, what,
Braaf and May.
Van May,
You know.
Gigi Afrikaans into everything has it.
True. And then if you are, from the township or from the villages, there's no way you will speak the whole day. And I mean the whole day for 3 weeks without hinting, nyana. Venek nyana there. Aye. It's impossible.
What we were trying to say when I says, even if you are educated in KZN, your English is KZN English.
Yes.
Do you understand? It's like African speaking people.
Yes.
They've got their English.
Yes, they've got their.
They can say everything correctly, but the way they speak,
Did
it's
you
their
hear
English.
Mefro, that lady who's the legal person that we were praising here at the SAPS, who's head of legal? Do you remember her? The way she was speaking could tell she was Afrikaans. She had her own way of talking that gave her away that she's Afrikaans.
Exactly. That's South Africa for you. Everyone. I know the English of pedis.
Yes.
I know the English of
They
vendors.
also have their own English. Yes. You can tell by how they speak. Oh.
Okay.
Hi. So yes, we've got our own way of it's not possible for Zulu to speak for 3 weeks.
Without
I am yet to come across one. I
Without-
haven't. He's the first one, if there is such.
and if we were to compare English between Mkwanas and him,
Mkwana's English is far much better.
but he, now and then he was injecting Zulu.
Yes. Zulu angithi. So the judge said.
I know, but yeah, in Jalinda.
So the judge, I don't know whether it's breaking the ice or what, he was saying that, he listens to evidence and he has had to listen to a person in court says that umntana kamalume, and when they asked them, uzalwa kanjani, uthi uphuma la ngizalwa khona no mama wami. I don't know, people just laughed. I guess it's a joke.
Uthini?
Uthe uphuma la ngizalwa khona no mama wami.
Yeah, that's a Soweto way of explaining it, ne?
Maybe.
Yeah, it does make sense, eh? Umntana kamalume ophuma la ngizala khona, engizalwa khona no mama. Obviously you are also born from your mother's
Gauteng
side.
Zulu, this one.
Umntana kamalume is a sibling to your mother. And your mother obviously comes from that family through the father. Yeah.
Well, after the long adjournment, Judge Rata gave another history lesson that in the 1700s, English renounced their birth and fought with the Zulus against the British, and Shaka rewarded them with chieftaincy. And Mshololo said, but he's not a Zulu.
Simple as that. Simple as that.
I saw Judge Rata lose.
Simple as that. Shame. You know how we know that even when we are in KZN, we will have a house now in KZN. We know how we know we are not Zulu.
How?
Zulus, Emil, they have this thing. Each surname has a place in KZN where they are predominantly coming from. Even if, for example, let me make an example. There is a Biela surname. That surname, it was born that side of Gwabiela, closer to Mpangen. It's actually below, it falls under Mpangen. Do you understand?
Yes.
So, Biela Batola Lab, even if I happen to find Biela from Kandla, if you trace them,
They're from
they are from kwesakabiela. You are using indawo, the name of a place kwaqomtapa. It's said kwesakabiela.
Kwesakabiela.
Do you understand?
Interesting.
And then take for example for another surname, Ndlovu surname. You go to Melmo. There's history behind that thing. You know. Obielo mabetu umvundlane so Khabeni. Khabeni is a name of that house that gave birth to the Bielas, and it comes from that side kwesakabiela. Nowhere else. Even if you say a Biela in Johannesburg, you know that Biela. If you trace them, their history, and they know their history, they go back there. Now, coming to Ndlovu at Melmoth in KZN. You go that side of where the Ndlovus come from.
Where do they come from?
Melmoth.
Okay.
Kunomuzi okuthiwa because there's a history behind it. The Ndlovus were Sutus. It's one Sutu person who was captured. I think it's slow. That house is there. The Mhlongos, for example, Melmoth. So you can find them emceeing now because of people moving.
Migration.
But the fact of the matter, we know where you come from. That's where your king is at. Basically, like we have kings. Even Kwesakabiela, there is a king under Kwesakabiela. You understand? So that's how it is. If you don't have a king, you can lie and say, hey, GININDA is there in KZN. Who is your king? What's the name of your king?
Your home state.
Where do you come from?
There's actually also a history behind every surname, which is very interesting.
Ngubane uzomthola Ngubane emsinga. Ngubane is there's a kunesigodi kuthiwa kusemabomvini. Emabomvini ila where Ngubanes come from. That's where the king is at.
Wow.
Do you understand? So there is no dodging this thing. We can go around and round and round. We will tell you, the Mkwanazis, they have their king. I think Mtubatub. We know these things. I'm not related to it, but we know these things.
Wow.
So if you are going to lie, still we are going to skombisa isigodi la uphuma khona.
Ngathi kusazosho.
Yabo, it is hard. It is hard to mushroom yourself to that tribe. Very, very hard. I won't lie to you.
Ngathi kusazosho ba. Well, Mshololo said that he was assisting, but we will not accept him as a Zulu person, referring to that British, so-called British man who denounced his Britishness and joined the Zulu people to fight a war. Well, Mshololo said, Mzulu, judge. Mzulu.
And I change. Even people here, they are mentioning the surnames they know. Kwesakamthethwa, it's in KZN. Closer to Mpangeni. Mthethwa, the surname Mthethwa Nyambos. That's where you get them. You know, you can go to Ndwando's. Oh, Ndwando, the original site of Bondwando, NND. Uzobathola kwanongoma. Lapho kusuka khona lezi some of these guys. Oh, Ndwando
Wait
bala.
till you find out also that the surnames are connected.
Yes. Yes. So how are you gonna connect
Don't
us?
do it.
Sheng, you know, there's no way, man. There's no way. Let's just leave it at that. It is hard to parachute yourself. If you want to parachute yourself, you need to choose a certain surname.
Yes. And have a history as to how you came to be that.
Exactly.
Who gave you land and a section to stay in KZN and stuff. So it's difficult.
Very.
It's all I'm going to say.
It's hard. Ngoba neendawo, they were named the way they were named, some of them. It was during the old days when there were fights. You know. There when King decide, okay, now I need to reward so and so. Like Botul, I'm gonna put them there. Melmont. There's history in that thing.
Aye, guys. Good luck.
So,
This is about to be very interesting. Well, Gwabini said that he doesn't know what language Mamfundisi spoke, but it is not isiZulu. And she's also doesn't speak straight isiZulu. She doesn't proper isiZulu. She doesn't speak it. She tried to speak isiZulu. So Baloyi then said, so everyone does not speak proper isiZulu according to you. And Gwabini said, the ones I was with, they were trying to speak isiZulu. They didn't know isiZulu. And Baloyi said, for proficiency of Brigadier GININDA in isiZulu, let's refer you to his evidence during the trial within a trial as it appears on the 27th of October 2023. He testified that he was communicating in Zulu with the accused in the car. And he said he is very proficient in Zulu. He wrote from, there's no mention of from what grade, to matric. His vernacular language is Zulu. His mom is also Zulu, and he can speak Zulu as any Zulu person can do. Advocate Baloyi really thinks isiZulu is easy. This is a walk in the park.
Shame.
Well, Gwabini said to him he never spoke proper Zulu because even when he made threats, he did not say them properly. Instead of saying bayagwetusa, he said bayakutusela.
Bayagwetusa. And that's the person who wrote.
In matric.
That's when you get that in Joburg.
He's definitely not Zulu, guys. I'm sorry.
But you said.
If that's what he said, I gotta. But I went to a picture that Muzi testified. He said was shot by Nkazi Mulo, affectionately known as Nkazi. Baloyi asked if he was sure that the picture was taken by Constable Zungu. Gwabini said that he saw him take the picture. Well, at this point, Jonas said that the indemnification, the section 204 that Advocate Baloyi was reading was full with heavy words that needed for him to go to the library and get a Zulu dictionary to describe what Baloyi had read, that indemnification of accomplice.
After messing up the record,
they stood it down.
Now you want to go and get a dictionary. Why don't you continue messing it up? I mean, we have accepted that some of the things that Baloyi, some of the things that Baloyi is asking and finding as a win is because of your interpretation and your people that you hired, because apparently is one of the people that hires Agar.
I couldn't see. So Baloyi asked Gwabini that he denies that he said in his evidence in chief that GININDA and Mokhula told him that it would be beneficial if something was written down regarding the statement. He said Baloyi was confusing him at this point. His question was ambiguous. Mshololo said that the witness had already responded to the question, and Baloyi said he does not understand the question. He said it's neither here nor there, and they would leave it for argument. Baloyi said on the 25th of November 2025, you said that you showed you were showed a pile of documents which want to qualify, and they showed you this pile of documents, and he said that they wanted to he just wanted him to qualify those documents to say that he saw Brigadier GININDA flipping through the documents. Well, Mnisi said that when Mr. Gwabini is preferring his evidence, he uses Zulu, and the interpreter on the day tries the best that he or she can convey what Mr. Gwabini is saying in English or into the English medium. So what is being conveyed in English, which might have come from Mr. Gwabini? Mr. Gwabini could not be held accountable for the usage of wrong terminology or inappropriate terminology. And he was saying that I'm not saying that was the situation on the day, but it should be bore in mind that there is that intermediary called interpretation, which is conveyance of information that comes from Mr. Gwabi to the court through the interpreter. What interpretation the interpreter decides to use on that day in the mind of the state, that is not appropriate. That cannot be blamed on Mr. Gwabi. So because Mr. Gwabi did not prefer his testimony in English for him to have used the word flipping or piles or whatever, that must just be bore in mind as the state is busy trying to deal with this point. Baloyi said that it's a trivial aspect and they will just leave it at that. They just wanted to qualify that point. Nisi said that the court should not be overburdened with trivial aspects. Baloyi said that he's not pursuing it further. It's not of any significant importance. The judge laughed, and I'm perplexed because at this point, a sober judge would be asking, why do you include insignificant questions? Where are we going, Mr. Baloyi? Something like that. You understand? So Baloyi said asked Gwabi, was there an import of an oath explained, or the importance of an oath explained to you before or after the statement was made? Gwabi said he doesn't know what an oath is and he was never asked. So in a nutshell, they wanted Gwabi to be an informer, and now Baloyi was asking him if the conditions of being an informer were read and explained to him, and he went through them, and Gwabi said that no such happened, and he just told the police officers, GININDA and Mogola, to transfer whatever was said or they're saying Muzi had said about him, and then he would sign. This happened at night, and he did not have a phone with him. He did not see what time it was, and it was for a very long time. He said he could not estimate. GININDA was walking and showed him. He was the one doing the talking. My apologies. GININDA was the one doing the talking and showed him the document where he needed or where he was writing down, and he did not know what he was writing down. And Baloyi asked him, how can you ask them to transfer something that you did not know about into the statement that you say that they're going to write down? Gwabi said, I wanted to move away from where I was. I had been assaulted there. Gwabi said that he only signed. And he said that there were several pages. It wasn't just one page. He asked them what Muzi said about him, and they said Muzi said a lot about him. They did not give him the details of what Muzi said. He said he signed it without knowing the contents of the document, and the contents of the document were never read to him. He says he put an S in the document on all the papers. Baloyi now showed him the statements, finally, after 2 days of cross-examination. But then here's the tricky part. Gwabi was saying that after the S, there was something else like a Z on the first page, while he said that he only placed an S as his signature. He also said that in some of the pages, there's a P or an F before Zungu, and the signatures were not the same, just as an S. So the judge was rather upset and said that Gwabi did not want to answer the questions. Advocate Baloyi must just move on, and I felt like they were forcing him to accept all those different types of signatures on that document.
Who does that?
Is it the judge? Well, Gwabi said Baloyi should ask him about what he wrote. And he says he only placed an S. And now there's an SP and different types of signatures.
It's PIV.
Court adjourned, but yeah, it's a mess.
Irakas. What's the time? Baloyi?
1:35.
Let's go to break.
Hi, these people. Hi, they have strong hearts. Their hearts are made of jeans. They're very made of strong material. I'm telling you, I would have said, you know what? Dismiss this mess. I'm tired.
Just for interest's sake, just for my understanding, you know that Balo is under serious problem, and he wants to find a way. Find a way. Thank you, guys. Press the like button. I see that you're not pressing the like button. Just keep
press the like button, guys. We're back. Press the like button.
We are 400 right now, but we only have 160 likes. 160.
Hi, guys. You can do better than that.
Let me see.
Press the like button.
So I asked people, is he Zulu? I didn't put anybody's name. Yeah, so we have 85% saying no. Disappointingly, we have 15% saying yes. 233 people voted. Very interesting. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Press your like button.
And I must say that it's rather also very disappointing that for someone who's written their paper of Zulu as a home language in high school and also has been a police officer for over 30 years in the Gauteng province, that they can't articulate. It's shocking.
It's okay. Bye-bye, guys. Tomorrow, I have to go to your office.
Oh, yes. Let's wrap it up, guys. We'll see each other again tomorrow. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And we appreciate you so much for staying up with us. We love you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And thank you for someone who gifted, I think it's Lindy Ware.
Thank you, Lindy Ware.
Thank you. Magwande la uthathe khona ntokazi. Magwande siyabonga. Bam, 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 bam.